Hello, guys. I just wanted to stop in here today and let y'all know that I'm working on something that's very near and dear to my heart. I endured a lot of sexual trauma in my childhood and in my teens and some of my adulthood. And that is something that is a big deal to me that I have worked my butt off to try to heal and to just feel like none of it was my fault and I wasn't involved in any of it other than I had to be there because it was something that was happening to me. And so that's something I've always known that I was a healer and I've been helping people heal and stuff, but that's a topic that's just a lot of people don't dive into. And been feeling really called the last couple of weeks to dive into it for myself so that I can start helping the collective that needs my help to heal from that too. Sexual trauma is very, very, very hard to deal with when it happens to you. And especially in the sense of who is doing it to you. I mean, it's hard no matter what, period. But when it's coming from your father, and that's the man that you love, and that's your father, and you don't know any better than to do what you're doing. Out of all the other sexual trauma that I've had in my life, my father would have been the hardest. And it was the hardest for me to understand because it was coming from my father, the man that made me, the man that I loved more than anything in my life, the man that I only wanted to be accepted by. That's all. I only just wanted his love. And so for that to start happening when I was 3 years old, all the way up until I was about 13, when I finally decided to say something about it because I figured out that it was wrong and that it wasn't supposed to be happening and it wasn't something that was okay. Because before that, I didn't know it was okay. It was or wasn't okay. You know, it was just something that was happening to me. It was my life. I had to live. So I lost my father at the age of 18, and probably about a month before, I had finally written him a letter. And I had told him everything, all the pain, all the hurt, everything. I had no idea that he was sick. He was. My mom held the letter for a couple of weeks because she didn't really want to send it because she didn't know if I really wanted to, and I kept asking her, send it, send it, send it. She finally sent it. We got a call 3 weeks later that he died in the hospital, that nobody even let us know that he was in the hospital sick or anything. And mind you, I hadn't seen him in 5 years, maybe. I'm not really sure. So then I had to deal with his death and his wife then telling me that I was the reason that he just let go and didn't want to live anymore because he had read the letter that I had sent him. And so for the longest time, I blamed myself for my father dying in pain and sad, because I thought that I was the last thing that he seen was the letter that I'd written to him that was from my heart. There was truth. There was something I needed to say to him. And then he died, so it was my fault. But you know, it wasn't my fault. I had he drank himself to death. He was an alcoholic and he drank himself to death. And that's the truth of it. And for her to blame a child, that was not okay, but I didn't know that at that time. So needless to say, in March of this year, I didn't know that I needed to heal from this.